Hi guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for practicing with me. If you don't have your mat yet, go grab your mat. We will start the class. So if you have it, let's begin in standing today. So coming at the top of your mat, keeping the feet slightly apart or maybe big toes touching, rolling your shoulders back and down. Bring the palms maybe facing the front of your mat and closing down the eyes. Starting in Tadasana today. Now let's just take a few breaths here, as we always do, inhaling deep and long, and exhaling all the air out and the tension as well, not collapsing in the lower body. Relaxing shoulders and relaxing yourself for a bit before beginning today's class. And 2 more breaths, inhaling, exhaling all out. 1 more, and exhale. Beautiful. If your eyes are closed, gently and slowly open them up. If your feet are apart, bring the big toes to touch. Bring the feet to touch. Half Sun Salutation to warm up. So inhaling, arms up, keep the tailbone in, inner legs together, shoulders are not coming with you. Look up, exhale forward. Uktanasana. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold again, and inhale, rise all the way up again. Shoulders are not coming with you, and slowly and gently look up. Exhaling, continue forward fold 1 more time. Flat back on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, all the way up, and exhaling this time. Hands at the heart, and then down by the side. Samastiti, beautiful. Moving into a yogi squat, separating your feet as wide as your mat, bringing toes out, heels in, bend your knees and lower yourself down. Bring the elbows inside your knees and gently open your hips, not collapsing in the lower body. Keep inhaling, chest forward and up. Take 5 breaths here, always pressing 4 corners of your feet into the ground. Claim your space on earth today and focus on the breath. Inhaling and out. Final 2. Exhaling. And again, pressing 4 corners of the feet into the ground, extending the arms in front of you. Press yourself halfway up into a active squat. Bringing the feet parallel to each other. Keep the tailbone in. We're gonna press to stand for 5 times and back to a active squat. So when you're ready, inhale, press to stand, hands at the heart, and tailbone stays in. Again, bending knees and pressing up to stand. Come on back into your active squat, rolling shoulders back and down, and press up to stand. And final 2, active squat, and press up to stand. Final, holding for 5. Relax the facial muscles. 3, 2, and last one. Press to stand, and again bring the big toes to touch. Moving into a chair, Uktanasana. Big toes touching, inner legs together. Bending knees, inhaling, arms up. 5 breaths, maybe looking up, or maybe just in front of you. Remember, you can always cactus your arms if the shoulders are not cooperating right now. Final 2 breaths here, squeezing inner legs together to become 1. Maybe sitting low into your chair for 1 more breath. And then when you're ready, if you're gazing up, gaze in front of you. Bring the hands at the heart, keeping the knees bent, step the left foot back for a warrior 1, Virabradhasana 1. And again, inhaling, arms up. 5 breaths. Roll the right outer hip back. Left outer hip forward. Right toes, heel inside, outside of the foot will be pressing down. Always pressing the feet into the ground. Today we are claiming our place on earth. Finding security, finding home into our own bodies and on this earth. Beautiful. If you're gazing up, gazing in front of you, inhaling, and on the exhale, moving into our warrior two. Stepping the left foot sideways, palms parallel to the ground. Gazing towards your right hand. 5 breaths again. Keeping tailbone in, sharpening the fingers. Final 3. One last. Exhale all out. And then when you're ready, we're going to step at the top of the mat for a tree pose. So bringing the hands at the heart, facing the front of your mat. Press yourself all the way to standing. In placing again 4 corners of the right foot into the ground, bending your left knee, and place the sole of your left foot inside your right inner thigh. Hands can remain at the heart, or maybe inhale them all the way up to the sky. Relax the facial muscles. 3 more breaths. Final 2. And last one. Beautiful. Bring the hands back at the heart and stepping the left foot next to the right. Moving on the other side. Big toes are touching. Inner legs together. Tailbone in. Bend the knees. Sit again low into a chair. Inhaling your arms up. Just 3 breaths this time. 2. Last one. If you're gazing up, gaze in front of you, hands at the heart. Left foot stays, right foot step back. Warrior 1 on the other side. Inhaling, arms up. Again, cactus your arms if your shoulders are not cooperating. Couple of breaths here. 1 more. And if you're gazing up, gaze in front of you, moving into our warrior 2 on the left side. Inhaling here, exhaling, arms parallel to the ground, and right foot step sideways. Gaze towards the left. Breathing, couple of breaths only. Relaxing facial muscles. Final 2. 1 last. And again, moving into our Vrikshasana 3 pose from here. Hands back at the heart, gazing to the front of your mat. Push to the left heel, press to stand first, and step the right foot forward, planting your left foot down. Prepare yourself for 3 pose. So bending right knee, bring the sole of the foot inside your left inner thigh. The 2 legs become one. Keep the tailbone in, hands at the heart. Or maybe inhale, arms up. Choose a steady gaze down in front of you to stare at, and don't hold your breath. Remember, always, the better you breathe, the better we practice. 1 last breath here, relaxing. And then when you're ready, hands at the heart and step the right foot down. Beautiful. Take a moment. And when you're ready again, bringing the big toes to touch, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, you fold. Flat back on the inhale. Come back to a chair. And then hands at the heart. See if you can sit down all the way on the mat. Once you reach the mat, lying down on the back, we're going to move into a couple of rounds of bridge pose. So without collapsing, leaning back on your mat, keeping the knees bent. Keep the hands by the side. The feet stays hip apart. Again, 4 corners of the feet pressing down. When you are ready, heels are walking closer towards you until you can reach them with the middle finger. And when you're ready, let's press up. Inhaling, hips up. We're gonna lower down 5 times. Make sure this is not hurting lower back. So squeezing the glutes at the top, engaging abdominal muscle will help, okay? Keep a long neck on the mat. Don't bring the chin to chest, but rather chest to chin, okay? And then when you're ready, again, 4 corners of the feet pressing down. Feet remain parallel to each other. Don't let the knees fall on the side. Lower yourself down. And up. lower down, lift up. 2 more times at your own time, lift up. Last one, lifting up and holding again, maybe walking the feet a little bit closer and lifting the heels off the ground. Feel free to add a block between the thighs if you think that might help you from not releasing the knees on the side. And again, make sure this is not hurting lower back. Slowly with control, we're gonna lower ourselves down and make sure you bring the lower back on the ground, keeping it there for a few breaths. We're gonna lift up one more time, lifting the leg also off from the mat. Take a break, and then when you're ready, walk the feet again closer to you. Let's lift up first. Again, inhale, 4 corners of the feet pressing down. This time you're going to bring your right foot slightly towards the center and inhale your left leg up, extending left leg to the sky, baby, flexing the toes, pointing them towards you, and you're going to lower yourself down and up. 5 times, lower down and lift up. 3 and up. 2 and up. Last one, lifting up, holding, maybe lifting the right heel as well. Make sure this is not hurting. My left leg is shaking. Just a few more breaths. Right knee is not falling on the side. One last, and then slowly with control, we lower ourselves down and doing the same on the left. Take a moment. Don't hug your knees yet. And again, walk the heels towards you. Feet parallel to each other, hip apart. Inhale, hips up. Glutes are squeezed. Abdominal muscles as well. Bring the left leg closer to the center of the mat. Extend the right leg up, pushing to the heel, pointing the toes towards you. Lower yourself down. Make sure 4 corners of the left foot always pressing down when you do this, and lift up. Lower down and lift up. 3 more times, lower down and lift up. 2 and up. Last one and lift. Holding, maybe lifting left heel off the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Lowering with control down. Hug the knees into the chest. And maybe rocking yourself from side to side. Take a moment. And if you're rocking, come back to center, finding stillness. And extend the arm to a letter T, dropping both knees to the right elbow. Right hand top of the knees, gazing up or maybe gazing left. Take a moment. Two more breaths. One last. And then back to center. Extend the right arm out. Bring the knees back to chest, and then do the same on the left. Drop both knees towards the left. Left hand can come on top of your knees or not. Looking up, or if the neck is okay, look towards the right. Again, this should not be hurting lower back. Just breathe. Slowly, when you're ready, bring yourself back to center, gaze on knees. Hug the knees into the chest once more. And inhaling here. Exhaling, forehead to the knees. Beautiful. Rock yourself forward into a seated. Bring yourself into your most comfortable cross-legged seated position. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. I wish you a beautiful day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The divine light within me honors the divine light within me. Namaste. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I hope this practice will help you to feel refreshed and ready to start your day. Thank you. See you next class.